I was being emotionally abused. And the emotional abuse was just as bad as the physical abuse. I battled inside my heart and I battled inside my mind. I could hardly believe what was happening to me. I couldn't understand it. I believed that God was an awesome God, but at the same time, I felt that God wasn't really caring about me, because how could he be if I continued to go through all of this stuff that I was going through? Why wasn't he there rescuing me? And so even after I got away from my abuser, even after I felt that my house had burnt down and so there was no need for me to return there, I still had emotional scars from the first husband. And then when I battled with my alcoholism addiction and never really addressed those issues, my emotional scars became even bigger. And so we move on to husband number 2. And although I always say he was the love of my life, he may have been the love of my life, but I necessarily was not the love of his. And so now here we go, a whole nother set of scars, emotional scars being put on inside of my body, the inside. So I'm good at covering up the scars on the outside. Makeup does a great job, but I wasn't so good of covering up the inside scars, the emotional scars, the pain that I endured. And then we have husband number 3, who really was a financial abuser. He kind of told me later on in our marriage, which didn't last that long, that really the only reason I married you was I knew you had a lot of money. Whew, now that hurt. More emotional scars inside of my body, more emotional scars to my mind. And here I am. Now I was a minister of the gospel, and I couldn't believe once again that God was allowing me to go through these same type of emotional scars and abusers and people all around me. I just couldn't believe this was happening to me. And so the emotional scars are there, and I've carried them with me. I carried them with me throughout all of the other things that I went through, even the relapses and on again, off again, the wagon, and even in my recovery journey, which only started 2 years ago, as far as the recovery from alcoholism, my addiction. Those scars were still with me, but all I kept doing was covering them up, covering them up, covering them up. And so with the stress that I was carrying from domestic violence, the stress I was carrying from being the ultimate caregiver for my mom, for my dad, for my brother, from all of the battles that I was going through spiritually, even, being victimized in the church, and also being a victor from being victim church, all that stuff. And so domestic violence, took a back burner to some of these other things that I was going through. But the scars, the emotional scars, was still there. They were still present. So as I began to find different things to kind of help me out with some of the things that I was going through, I was introduced to massage therapy. Now, I've been to 3 or 4 massage therapists, and all of them said the same thing. Oh my God, your trauma is stored in your body. You have been through a lot, haven't you? Now, mind you, these people didn't know me. I didn't know them from anybody. I actually went to them through my insurance company because, like I said before, most insurance company will pay for a massage. And so all you have to do is ask. It doesn't hurt to ask. Just ask. And your insurance may pay for it. But even if you can't afford the massage on your own, there are people like my friend Renee Marshall whose prices are very reasonable, and you can treat yourself to a massage. When I tell you it is beneficial to your body, to your mind, and to your soul. And so once again, I was introduced to massage therapy, and it really helped me. But when they asked, have you had trauma in your life? I was very shocked because I'm like, how can you tell about the trauma in my life by just rubbing, giving me a massage? At first I thought, oh, this is really invasive. I don't know if I want to do this again. And I, felt that they shouldn't be asking me anything. I'm paying for a massage. I don't need therapy. Get it? Huh. But they are massage therapists. And so now when I get my massages from my friend Renee, and she says the same thing to me, I take it a little bit better because she knows me as a person and she knows what I've gone through. I've shared my domestic violence story with her. I've shared my caregiver story with her, and she understands why my body stores so much trauma. And she's able to go directly to the spots where she can apply that deep tissue massage and, either soft tissues and whatever. I ain't trying to, I don't know all the terms, but I just know how it feels. And I know that it feels really, really good. She has these stones, hot stones, and I just want to talk about it because the stones really, she knew how to line them up perfectly on my body. And it was like, how did she know that that stone needed to go there in that spot? And how did she know that that one needed to go there in that spot? And when I tell you the release of the pressure, of the stress, of all the soreness and stiffness from the bruises. Now, I'm 57. I don't mind telling my age. And even though I'm a 42-year survivor, so that was, all those hits and bruises and kicks and cuts and bites and all of that stuff that I went through, I was 28 when that all stopped happening to me. Started at 14, over at 28. That was a long time ago. But guess what? I carried all of those scars in my body, all of them, for a very long time. And the massage therapist knows exactly where to go to relieve that pressure, relieve the stress of post-traumatic stress. And I suffered with that disorder. She knows how to, just rub on you with those hands, with her healing hand. I'm just speaking about Renee because that's who I say is my personal massage therapist. And I know for a fact that she can help you. Yes, I'm holding her because she's sponsoring me. And we're working this thing out together for Domestic Violence Month. And I'm just trying to let everybody know that, even if you think that it can never go away, guess what? Your scars and your emotional scars can definitely be soothed through massage. And so one scripture is, he who the Son sets free is free indeed. And that's John 8:36. God is amazing. He does amazing things for his children. And all we have to do is speak up and speak out. Now this month, we're going to be talking about domestic violence and also breast cancer awareness, because the pink and the purple share October as their awareness month. And I want everyone to know that it is okay. It is okay to speak up and against domestic violence. It's okay if you are a victim of domestic violence, to reach out to other people who have gone through it. You can talk to me at any time. All you have to do is go on my website at www.askpastordeb.com, and you can contact me personally. I have a story and a testimony to share with you. I have resources. I have techniques. I have multiple things to share with you that will help you to go from victim to victor or survivor. Like I said, 47 years, a domestic violence survivor. I count it all joy because God's grace and mercy allowed me to survive. I thank God daily for all the things that He has done for me. And especially, I thank God for my recovery journey, and that is addiction recovery. Because my addiction recovery had a lot to do with my domestic violence survivor story. Yes, both of them intertwine. And God is my healer. God is my deliverer. God is my everything. Once again, I want to give you the National Domestic Violence Hotline number, because all you have to do is call, and help is on the line. Once again, the number is 1-800-799-7233. Again, 1-800-799-7233. Please treat yourself to a massage, and I guarantee you your healing from domestic violence will begin, and it will make your journey much, much better. Everyone, have a great day, and speak up and speak out against domestic violence.
You've been listening to Ask Pastor Deb on WOSDRadio.com, the show about recovery and spiritual awareness. We thank you for listening, and please join us again next Sunday at this time on WOSDRadio.com.